Leo, welcome to your October 2016 general tarot reading. And I should just say, because I've been saying this already, that I have been asking people if they prefer to just have these types of readings, which are general readings and might incorporate love or career, depending on what cards I choose more than another. And most people have been saying they want a separate love reading. So if you want to add your 2 cents, feel free to do so below. And you know, it's so funny. I don't know if it's because I've been really specifying, you know, these types of readings, but it seems like I've been getting a lot of the general readings being more about business and career, which is pretty cool. Money. I like that because then it naturally flows that way. I can see why people want to just have one type of reading, because maybe the focus is on one thing during the month. But it seems a lot of people like separate love readings. So anyway, for this general reading, the overall theme is represented by the 8 of Pentacles. So this is about really someone who is doing a labor of love. And I feel like with a lot of the signs that I've done so far, a lot of entrepreneurial energy, or at least doing your own thing in some way. And it's like a free agent. But for some of you, you may even have to get training for whatever this is that you want to do, that's your dream job or your dream career. So this card may be indicating actually studying, and you know, the thing that you're trying to do. But it's being hard at work. It's really being industrious. And to kind of give an idea of why this is happening, I have the card of the Queen of Pentacles. And sometimes I feel like the Queen of Pentacles can be, and this is not being sexist, because I know that men also stay at home with their children. But I'm thinking of the woman who stays at home and her children are at that age, and now she's thinking about, okay, they're about to go to school, what do I do? The Queen represents the mother, but it's the practical side of life. If I had gotten the Queen of Cups, it would be more like nurturing your children. But this is more about you, I think, wanting to increase your family's wealth. So it might be you're investigating home-based businesses, or it could be just any kind of person who would like to do something, and it might even relate to the home. But with the Queen, and when I say the home, it's because that's like kind of a feminine archetype. And the Queen is like a very feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is a feminine energy because the pentacles relate to earth. And that is also a feminine element. Okay? So it's something that nourishes. So it might be something along those lines, where somebody is feeling like they are very ambitious to do something that will enhance their home. So there's not like that abandonment of the home. There's actually like doing it within the confines of the home. Well, the contrast with the 8 of Pentacles is that there's a lot of energy expended. So for some people, it could be a single mother situation with the Queen of Pentacles, where, you know, maybe you're newly divorced and now you have to go into the workplace, and maybe you haven't been there for quite a while. And the card that I get for the current situation is in October is the King of Pentacles. So it could be, this is kind of a business owner. So it could be you doing something along those lines of owning a business. For some people, you might be visiting an accountant to see how you can take advantage of, like if you have split your assets, you might be trying to figure out how you're going to do things. You might be somebody who's retired, and you might be trying to figure out how to live in the best way, the most luxurious way possible, because the Queen of Pentacles is a very financially secure woman. And it doesn't really have to be a woman, I suppose. I just like to assign the gender to each card because I feel like it makes it more specific. The King energy does seem like a man, and it can be, you can have the father and the mother, you know what I mean? And so it can indicate, someone who has gotten divorced, and then you're hard at work because of that. The higher perspective is represented by the King of Wands. So whatever it is that you're doing, and you may have ambitions, you may have all of those kind of practical things going on for you. But you have to be really passionate about what you're doing. And I just thought about it. I said, okay, now let me remember. I was trying to think of like, okay, who is this? Well, this is Leo. So Leo is this person anyway, because you're wands. This is how you normally roll. And I think of Leo as royalty. So the problem is maybe you've been too pragmatic and not passionate enough. And that has tripped you up, because maybe you were thinking in terms of keeping that home nice and cushy. And that made you want to really work hard, but it's not about working hard, it's about working passionately. And doing something which is in alignment with what you want to do, not what you think you should do. What challenges you is represented by the Queen of Cups. And so this could be either some kind of an offer that tugs at your heart and makes you question what you're doing. It could be a person that is in the picture. Maybe it's even on the romantic level, particularly a water sign, like a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces individual. But it could just be new love coming in, and that's going, like let's say you are getting divorced. New love coming in, or potential for new love coming in, and that is a problem for you in the sense that you're really driven at the moment, and you really want to accomplish certain things, and you don't want to be distracted. So that might be something that is a challenge. But it's one of those good challenges. It's not like, the end of the world. Let's put it that way. So even with that card, I see something good happening for you. The attitude to adopt is related by the Chariot card, and I think it couldn't be more apropos. You see he's holding the reins of actually two horses. Or is that a horse or what? Yeah. I thought maybe it was an ox or something. And that is, kind of symbolic of being in control of your thoughts and your actions and being like one-pointed. And usually with the Chariot, there's a victory, but it's coming with a lot of challenges around it, a lot of distractions, and that you have to kind of beat back those distractions in order to achieve your goals. And I just mentioned that this relationship, if there is one, could be what kind of tempts you or threatens to distract you, and you have to make sure that you don't allow that to occur. The advice is represented by the Empress card. So this is about really kind of letting your hair down. Like, this is very different from this energy, although it is associated with the Earth Mother archetype, okay? And with being a mother in general. So I do feel like a motherly vibe in this reading. But it's about like enjoying the pleasures of life. So in other words, if you are working very hard in the month of October, be sure to allow time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Don't just be somebody who's working and not enjoying as well. And if you are a woman, you may want to, if let's say that you really want to work hard for your children, make sure that you get a chance to enjoy your children, that you're not working so many hours that you're doing the outer but not the inner, because that's the most important thing. And I was tempted to complain about leaf blowers again, because it seems like I have a lot of those in my neighborhood. And my thing is that it's so disruptive noise-wise, for noise pollution, that it kind of makes the idea of this beautiful clear lawn that you're looking for kind of, what's the point if you're meaningless? If you're going to do something and you're going to sacrifice one aspect of life for another, does that make any sense? And so that's what I believe like this card is all about. It's like if you're going to pursue something that really is what you want to do. This King of Wands is a totally independent individual. They are not being swayed by anybody else's vision for their life. And it's really about following your bliss, I feel. That, we get bogged down in staying alive instead of being passionate. And that can, be a very cozy trap to find yourself in, and to always be vigilant about that. And the irony is that, people, let's say you're working 60, 70 hours a week and you can't enjoy this beautiful home that you're working so many hours for. That's the irony that I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The outcome is the Seven of Swords. For some people, this may mean that you are kind of distancing yourself. Maybe the thing that you have going on that you're cooking up, maybe that's not your day job, and maybe you're doing that in addition to what you do during the day. And maybe you're going to have to kind of get away, but you don't want to kind of let people know exactly why you're leaving, that you are starting your own business for whatever reason. You don't want to burn any bridges, let's put it that way. You might need to have discretion at this time. That's what that card means. It also may mean that if there's somebody that you really have fallen in love with, but you are also trying to make something happen with your career, your business, you may have to use your wits or your cleverness to really persuade that person to understand why you're doing what you're doing, because they may be like, hey, we just met, we're in love, why are you not giving me every minute of your time? And you just can't do that because you've got so many other things going on. And you have the ability, you have the mental skills to be able to kind of deal with this issue. That's what the Seven of Swords indicates. But it also indicates somebody who's going their own way. Seven can indicate somebody who is separating themselves from others. And it's a contemplative energy, but it's a mystical energy. That's why the number 7 figures so much in the Bible and other places, because it's really a mystical energy, and sometimes it can be a turning point. But it does indicate you doing your own thing. So you may tolerate certain things up to a point, and as a fixed sign, you may stay in situations long after you should, but eventually you get a feeling of dryness. You get a feeling of that you're not on fire anymore, and you want to be, and that trumps everything else. because a Leo person is a very warm person. And, you know, other people look to Leos to inspire them. And when a Leo isn't feeling inspired, they kind of are a husk of themselves. They're like a shell. And the other thing too about Leo is that you're a great leader. And when you're in your highest vibration, when you're not falling into some sort of ego issue, and not all Leos do, but sometimes Leo feels threatened for whatever reason, and that's when they resort to that. But the higher vibration of Leo is a leader, and it's really represented by this King of Wands. This is the King of Wands is a double masculine energy. Leo is a masculine sign, and it really is a sign. It's not a Leo is a fixed sign. It's not a cardinal sign, and the cardinal signs are initiators, but sometimes they're not the best leaders, even though that's what they like to be. Sometimes they're better off just working for themselves and not having anybody under them, because they don't, especially Aries. But Leo, it's almost like a paternal energy, and the king is like a fatherly energy. So I could totally see a Leo person, you know, going to that level and being able to inspire others in a business setting, and they are calling the shots. But in order to get there, you may have to kind of separate yourself and kind of, you know, maybe you're going to be plotting out what you're going to do. And the Seven of Swords could be indicate you just really strategizing by yourself so that you can launch whatever it is that you want to do. So that sounds very exciting. You have a lot of cards that speak. You have two kings, you got a chariot, you have like the queen. You have a lot of cards of royalty and affluence. So I think there's a lot going on that is going to give you prestige in October, Leo. And that's what you like, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you'd like a personal reading, you can click on the link below this video in the Here's More section. And otherwise, have a great October. Bye.